Howdy chaps and welcome back. Now, if you're wondering where the fruit biscuit I have been for the last 2 months, well, I kind of got a job at the Australian Armour and Artillery Museum up in Cairns. Now, if you don't know where Cairns is, think Brisbane and Gold Coast and then add 1,000 kilometres further up. It's actually closer Sydney to Brisbane than it is Brisbane to Cairns. So I have been fortunate enough to have been given a job opportunity. Was a trial for a month. So what I did was I went up to Oz Armour and helped out for Oz Armour Fest. So the last video would have been some of that footage. So Oz Armour Fest is probably one of those unique events if you are into military vehicles, particularly tanks, and you want to ride them, see them running around, or even get a chance to get in some vehicles that you just would never anywhere else in the world. I mean, there are military tank events in the world, but this, I'm pretty damn sure, is the only one where you can actually ride some big boy tanks. So like they have the M48, the Leopard 1, the Gepard, the M41 Walker Bulldog, Shermans, all sorts of really rare German equipment from World War II where you would just never be able to ride that anywhere else in the world. That gets all out and they go do laps for 3 days. It's a long weekend and it is some of the most amazing stuff you could ever get a chance to do. The museum is epic, and you know, you can ride a Hummer, or if you talk to them nicely on the right days, especially in the winter when it's raining, you can get a ride in an APC, so Armoured Personnel Carrier. There's a shooting gallery. It's just, and their museum is enormous. Like, I think it's 10,000 square meters. It's just massive. No footage can ever get it on camera just how big the museum is, and it's got one of the best collections of, I would almost put it to probably the best collection of German World War II equipment you would ever see anywhere in the world. Like, some of that stuff is like stupid rare. So yeah, I got a chance to go up and help volunteer during Oz Armour, and that was a week prior and a week sort of, because it's a 3-day event, it was a week prior and then the week leading up, and then shortly thereafter I was approached to come back for a month. So I did, and that's where I've been. I only got back Saturday just gone, and in that month I was handshaken and said, congratulations, you are now part of the family, which was a huge honour for me, because dream job, you can't beat it. I'm sorry, but I think I've just peaked. I don't think anything's going to meet that height ever again. And in that month, you might notice I actually look a bit skinnier. I lost 8.2 kilos of weight in that month. And no, it wasn't through sweat. It was eating healthy and stupidly active. Like, you would do 20,000 steps a day without even trying. That happens to be some of the reason the museum is so big, because you just are all over the place. And the list of military vehicles I've driven and tanks is starting to grow rapidly. So that's where I've been. Now onto the slightly sad topic of, I won't probably be doing any more major videos on rust repair ever again. Actually, I can assure you I won't be doing rust repair videos ever again. So if you come here for them, I'm sorry, but sometimes life sends you on a sort of that way direction, and you just take it and go for it. My mental health has been miles better than it's ever been, because I was starting to really get depressed by this stuff. I have been fixing rust on cars for near on 20 years, and I am over it. So I'm never taking any of the videos down, and all of the other ones, if you want to learn how to do some rust, well, then they're all still good. But from here on out, I personally am probably not going to do any videos up in Cairns because, well, if you watched the Australian Armour and Artillery Museum, you will notice that I'm starting to appear randomly in them because that's where I am. I even got a short dedicated to me the other day, so because I was working on M5 Stuart. So I will be still on YouTube, but on their channel, not my own channel. I might still filter in the odd one or two because I've still got a few of my own things going, but this is all done. That chapter is coming to a very abrupt close very, very shortly. So yes, I've been given an opportunity and I'm taking it with both hands because things that are amazing just do not come along very often, and the chance to work there full-time as a mechanic is just such a blessing, and I will be jumping on that bandwagon thoroughly. So as of like November, I'm going to be based in Cairns, so no more Graham and Adelaide anymore. I will periodically come back because obviously family's here, but my home will now be in far north Queensland. And if you thought it was hot anywhere else in Australia, you are wrong. I get up for work at 5 in the morning. It is already 27 degrees, and apparently it's only going to get hotter when I get back. So anyway, moving right along. So the workshop and everything in it, there is an auction coming up. I cannot pronounce this properly. Is it Addy Auctions or Addy Auctions? ADEY Auctions. He's going to be auctioning off. He's also doing the Heinze auction for Nuriopta. So if you've been following that, you'll see that he's doing this one. A few things that won't be getting sold in the auction: the giant crane, because I'm giving that back to Ron. You know, some tank parts. I'm not giving that stuff away. You can't make me. I'll cut off a toe. But everything else in here is on the chopping blocks because I can't take any of it with me. And I am selling the EJ. The camera is currently sitting on it, and whoever buys this is getting a effing bargain because I have put loads of money into this car, and I will probably be hard pressed getting $5 grand out of it. I reckon. I think the car market is dead. Another reason to get out of restoring old cars. You're better off, and I tell you this with confidence, you are far better off buying a turnkey car than ever restoring one. You will be miles in front if you just buy one that somebody else has restored and just drive it and enjoy it. And anybody who does restorations will tell you I am correct in that statement. If the car's 50 grand, you're probably 50 grand in front because it costs mega bucks to restore a car these days. One of these Falcon Coupes, I assure you, will cost you probably $50,000 in rust repairs by the time you've got all the rust fixed in them because they're so chronically bad now. And then you've got $20,000 worth of bog and paint, and then you've got $10,000 worth of mechanicals, $10,000 worth of interior, $10,000 worth of miscellaneous, which you will forget about. You've got suspension and just trim and chrome work and blah 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 blah. It's never ending. So buy a car that's turnkey, enjoy it. Oh, and also if you're going to restore it, you will lose it. You won't be able to enjoy it for like 5 years. What's the point? Get a loan for like $50,000 over 7 years and enjoy the shit out of that car. Just do it. Don't bother restoring them. If you don't have a lifestyle, don't do it. Enough negative waves. So the EJ is going up. I'm going to sell the Swift and all the parts. May or may not sell the Prado. That is a particularly good vehicle. I am very fond of that. But everything in this building cannot come with me. Like nothing. I mean, I'm going to take my toolbox somehow, but that's about it. Everything in here is going. At the moment, I'm currently piecing the EJ back together into a semi-complete car. But if you're into your old Holdens, and you want a project, this car runs and drives, stops, and has walk-in rego. For SA, that is super hard to get. This car just needs a little bit of bodywork and paint, and then you're done. You're miles in front, and some trim work. Let's not forget that. So that's what's happening. I've just got to prepare myself, and I thought I'd do a little video on explaining what's happened, where I am, what's going on, and where I will be in the future. So yeah, that's happening. And yes, I do look significantly trimmer on the phone than I have in a long time. Nothing like exercise and a bit of better diet. I think I'll just leave it there, chaps, and I do not know when the next video will come out, but I won't be gone forever, but I'll be gone for a while. I don't care if you'll unsubscribe, that's just life, but I will not be taking down any of the old videos. You can enjoy them forever. I will probably still do videos at Ron's place, and I am going there not this week but next week, so you might get a video from there and see what he's been up to, because he's always got stuff on the go. And yeah, we're going to be doing some, I can sense it in the force that something's going to be going on there, because he always, whenever I rock up, he's always got a plan. You're like, something's awry here. Anyway, I'll love you and leave you, and see you on the next one, whenever that'll be.